Hi everyone, this is Sonia, and today in this video I just thought I would pop the video on. I'm about to do a A4 painting. It's in my style of abstract doodle art, and I've done one in my sketchbook last night which I want to kind of work from. It's this one here, which looks a bit of a mess. This is in my sketchbook. Hoping to sort of, this is just a rough sketch of what I want to do. And the other day I did this one, which I really like. And this, I notice, has become kind of my style. I'm really enjoying this sort of mark making in bright, colourful colours, and it's right up my alley. And yeah, this is just sort of a video about my artist journey, and yeah, maybe hopefully one day I would like to get these licensed for some products. That would be awesome. On to my painting if you want to watch.
So I've kind of been on this artist journey of discovery lately, and I started off, if you look back at some of my videos from just a couple of months ago, I started off with doodling shapes, nature shapes, probably more sort of Zentangle type doodles, and I've been creating art every day for the last few months, and I've created art my entire life, really. But definitely the last probably 6 months, I've been creating art every day with the thought of trying to find what I feel most comfortable in doing with my art. And I've been following a lot of channels on YouTube and a lot of Instagram posts, and finding artists that I relate to and that I enjoy their work. And I think this sort of art journey that I'm on at the moment, because believe me, I've been on many art journeys. I think this one started off with Sandy Hester, who a lot of you might have heard of. She's just a brilliant loose artist who likes to do a lot of let's say portraits, landscapes, everyday scenes in a very loose, childlike, what I would call a naive, childlike style. And she's developed that over the years. She started off like a lot tighter artist, and throughout her artist life, she's come to this sort of loose painting. And I think that's where it started with me, where it really clicked in my head that I didn't need to focus on really tight art, and that I didn't have to draw, a vase or a teacup or something, that needed to look absolutely like a photo. And that's where I've been the last few years, just trying to do that sort of art and getting quite good at it, but I wasn't comfortable, and never thinking I was good enough. So when I found Sandy Hester and her loose style, what I call childlike, sort of naive art, I feel bad saying childlike, but I don't know if there's another way to describe it. It's just a very loose style of painting. Like I said, that started off my journey, and then after doing that for a little while, I discovered that I loved making marks and pattern making. So I discovered another artist called Helen Wells, who I followed for quite a while and took a few classes with about making patterns in your art. And I did that for quite a few months, having a lot of pattern in the background of my like still life pictures. And that was a lot of fun as well, but I still didn't feel like it was me. I felt like I was trying to be more like Helen than I was myself. So I kept on going until I just one day realized that it was just the simplest mark making and intuitive painting that really, really relaxes me and I feel at home with. I feel like it's me. I feel like that this style of painting, I mean, it's fun. And yes, it's childlike. And yes, you can say, oh, my 5-year-old can do this. Um, which, by the way, I hate when people say that because maybe they could like do it once, but to continually and consistently create arts of work that look cohesive and actually look like they've actually had some sort of thought put into them. I think no, you've got to know a little bit about composition and a little bit more about techniques and colors and art schemes than your regular 5-year-old. That's just my opinion. um But yeah, I just wanted to say all of that because I want this YouTube video in future to be sort of like a bit more of an artist's blog and to record my journey and, to see kind of where I end up. If I end up anywhere, I might just end up going in circles. You never know as an artist where your art's going to lead you. It's all a journey, and I think all the art I've done in the past has actually brought me here to this spot now. And yeah, so I guess you would call this art more of a sort of, I feel like it would be great, like graphic type art, which could be printed on. I could see this as tea towels and pillowcases and quilts, and I can see it on water bottles and sort of all this sort of merchandise that you can get. And I just love working with all sorts of colors. I'm not high on mixing colors. Like I will mix colors if there's a certain color I haven't got, and if I want a deeper brighter pink or something like that, I will mix, but generally I just mix straight out of the tubes, or in my case I've been putting my paints into the little containers you see next to me. They're little airtight containers because I hate getting my tubes out. I just prefer big containers. um, but yeah, you see here I've done a whole heap of doodle work on here, some blobs and splotches and a lot of line work and some squiggles. And now I'm just drying it all off. I really like this as it is, but I'm just trying to push this one a little bit further this time, something like I had in my sketchbook, which I showed at the start. So I don't know how it's going to turn out, but this is just an A4 piece, so I'm not too fussed at this stage at the end result, but I'm just having fun and just experimenting. And so I'd never done this before, adding such black graphic lines on top before, so I thought I'd give it a shot and see what it looked like. So I'm using here a like a hardware paintbrush, and I'm doing a dry brush effect. So I've got no water on my brush at all. I'm just dipping it straight into my black acrylic paint here. And I'm doing this because I like the lines that it's making with the dry brush. So I'm just doing sort of a little kind of shapes all over the page here. and just, trying to figure out, I am sort of taking note of how I had it in my sketchbook, but trying to figure out, where the patterns need to go. Sorry if you hear some barking and growling in the background. It's my little chihuahua. It's a really big dog just walked past. I think it was like a Saint Bernard or something, and he does not like big dogs, so he thought it was coming here, so he started barking right in the middle of the video, so I had to stop for a second. So if you still hear him growling and huffing and puffing, it's because he's sitting on my lap at the moment while I do this voiceover. So here I'm just showing you a bit of a close-up of those lines that I just made with the dry brush. And here I'm painting in some of the shapes with a very watered down black acrylic, because I want to see some of the marks that I did underneath the black still. So I want them to kind of show through a little. So I've just added a lot of water to the acrylic paint and just painting some of these shapes in a little bit. I don't know if I if I should have done this part. I'm really liking the wavy lines at the bottom, and maybe I should have just kept it at that. So maybe I'll have another attempt at this painting later on today. And adding another shape, but my brush was too wet because I put it in my pot of water. So just drying that off again to get that nice dry paint effect again. Having a bit of difficulty at this stage. And colouring that one in as well. Now, I don't know if I show it on camera, but I actually get my, here it is, I've already done it. I've got my black paint and I've gone around those wiggly lines again with a definite black outline on the outside, and I decided the black spotches to paint over the top some more marks, and that's the finished result, and I quite liked it at the end.